right, we're back. Can you take a guess which episode this is? Because I've still
Oh,
been
dude.
keeping count. I've still been keeping count. Take a guess. If you could guess.
One.
Definitely over 100. I'll give you that. Definitely over.
We're in the twos?
Not quite.
Okay, okay. I was gonna say 192.
182 actually. Close.
Okay.
Close.
I was
Yeah.
close.
So the first one, me and
I'm a
DJ.
couple episodes back.
The first one, yeah, and I'll catch everyone up. I mean, we'll reflect a little bit. But the first I guess you could say episode of this new quote unquote season that we're in right now. Me and DJ did one like the first week of January. It was kind of like, all right, we were doing the cliche new year, new me, what a better time to, and there's some power in it. There's a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, but like there's some power in that for sure. But he was like, we're giving like our New Year's like goals and stuff. I was like, man, a goal, I think we can get to 200 by the end of the year. And we've already done like close to 10 this year. So, and I only need, after this one, 18 more will be 200 fucking god dang motherfucking episodes. So, that's crazy.
Spare damn and said fuck.
Isn't that crazy though, man? I mean, like,
no, yeah, that is crazy.
Just the sheer.
You're on a DJT run right now. This year. As far as podcast goes, getting it done.
Executive orders versus podcast episodes. I mean, I'm trying to keep. We're competing with each other.
You're on his heels. You're nipping at him.
Oh man. Yeah. So I mean, I don't want to beat a dead horse and just like say the same stories over and over and over again on the pod. But at the end of the day, who cares? Connor has been here since literally episode number 1. And even before that, episode -50. So it's really cool. I'm really.
For a second, I tried to stay off of camera, but my glory hound ways.
Yeah. So
keep me away from it.
Let's just go there. That's something that I think is really interesting, and not a lot of people probably realize. Is I definitely had to like push you a lot to want to be on camera, or at least have your voice at first,
Bro, the voice kills me every time. I think that's everybody though. Like everybody has got to have some kind of cringe when they hear their voice being played back.
I'm pretty numb to it now. I can't even lie. And that's not even me.
Getting there.
That's not even me being like, oh, I think I have a sexy voice. I just don't care anymore as far as like hearing my voice back, between doing music and this. But like, I definitely understand it though. Cause especially like, I don't know what, I wonder, there has to be something like in the brain chemistry, in like your psyche or something.
I might have some kind of phobia, some kind of something.
Yeah. It's like some kind of phobia in some way. Like when you hear your voice back, it just makes your skin crawl. Gosh,
I told you,
man.
I got through like 5 seconds. This man sent me a video of, this is before the podcast. This is whatever What's Next was. I think I just volunteered myself to be in that. I wasn't invited for sure. But dude, you sent me that. I made it through maybe a minute and a half, and I was like, gotta go.
Gosh,
you can link it down below. It's bad. It's bad for me to
so
watch.
that's actually, I'll say this. That is actually, all right, just kind of, I'm trying to contextualize those videos. Let's see. So I remember
this is before we even got to like. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
You're good. Completely off, but this is before we even got to the part of podcasting where we could actually trial and error the damn thing.
I mean,
so this was a iPhone whatever.
Yeah, it was two iPhones. I mean, my iPhone and Nate's phone. Oh man, but like
probably a 6.5, iPhone 6.5.
So that's that I'll tell you where the origin of that came from. And again, like I said, I try not to like repeat all these stories and stuff, but like I don't care at the end of the day. But like because I've actually never talked about this because I honestly forgot, bro, until I was going through a couple weekends ago, going through, like I was telling you on the phone yesterday, going through the picture or my channel. I was like, what the hell? Holy shit. That all right, so what's next was my mixtape. My last like mixtape I did, right? It's called What's Next. And it was like all um production by me. Like it was a full project, all produced by me, Devin, and Parker. And then features by like Monte, who else did I have on there? I think I had
I
Nate on there.
feel like a dick now because I didn't know that this was a part of your music. I thought it was just
So
like a
yeah,
y'all made a video saying what's next.
so it kind of like yeah, so basically it came from that, and I was like, I don't remember if it was me or Nate, but one of us was kind of like it would be cool to do an interview, like have an interview of myself. And I was like, I just hosted on my channel. And that's what the first one, so there was really three that we did. And the first one we did was like the first two we did was really one thing, but it's so funny looking back now, but like because we had to split it up in two files because like, you know, we just didn't know what the fuck we were doing. And so there was part one and part two, and then part three was the one with me, you, and Nate in the kitchen. Um,
Uh,
so that's kind
That
of
was
that.
such a. It felt
Yeah,
well. I mean, for me, it was prompt too because I kind of just like I want to be in it.
it was, and I mean Nate helped me a lot. Yeah, like I was, yeah, it's just crazy. So that is really the like beginning stages of like not even conception of the podcast idea, like not even at all. Like that was like pre that, but it was kind of like a little kind of thought about it, you know. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's yeah. And now we got mics and shit. Now we're talking on fucking Discord, and we're in HD and high quality microphones and stuff. Uh, yeah, dude. So
Been a long way.
tell me. All right, one last thing, and then we'll kind of go on to some other stuff. Tell me about how did it feel for you to kind of be like whenever, because I know there had to have been a moment in your head, because it definitely was for me, how after, you know, one or two episodes, maybe like the first like little batch to where we were like actually doing it, how did it feel to be like, holy fuck, like we're actually doing this shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Like, man, I've always been pretty hyped up about it.
Hmm.
Like, even when it wasn't, it was just, I mean, it always has been just your vision. But like, I was so amped up behind the idea. And like, when we started doing it, it was kind of like disbelief because it was always something that was talked about.
Yeah,
And then randomly, I thought I was a photographer, so I got that
you
DSLR.
still are, and we're gonna talk about that later because I really want to get into that still, but go ahead.
And then I was like, dude, we could do this. We had a spare bedroom. I know
Hmm.
that not a, some people know that
Hmm.
that house had like 20 roommates,
Yeah.
but at that time it just happened perfect that that room was open. And I was like, dude, I was working at Two Men. I
Hmm.
brought home some couches and
Yep.
we got after it. And it to see how much of a mountain we were making it. Like, dude, we don't have this, we don't have
Yeah.
this, just for us to throw some shit together. And it actually, like, what was a real good moment
Yeah.
at that house for me as far as the podcast? I forget who it was, but it was, I think, three people came together.
Hmm.
Forget who the three was, but I remember being multiple people and they saw the actual size of that room.
Yeah.
And they were
It's
like,
a
dude, the way y'all have this set up, I thought this shit went on forever.
it's an
But
optical
really,
illusion. Yeah.
our toes were like touching.
Yeah. It's an optical
And but the
illusion.
camera couldn't see it. Yeah, the camera couldn't see that we were so close. Like if we wanted to sit comfortable, my feet would be right next to the guest's feet.
Yeah. A
And
hundred
that's I was
percent.
like, yeah, dude, we did our thing with the camera work.
Ah,
Like
man.
people think this room's huge. That's crazy. That's a big thing because that room you could take two steps and be at the other side of it.
Yeah, that just between that and just a shout out to honestly just all of, you know, to all of us really, just because like all the everybody I know, it's this is actually like not even exaggeration, damn near. just about everybody I know was like on board with it and was willing to like contribute to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Think in your head, bro. How many people that I damn near interviewed everybody I fucking knew. You know what I'm saying?
it was
We damn near did, man. Had
we
and then
fucking
and
like
it was friends of friends of friends at like a certain point, you know?
it was like almost everybody in Middle Tennessee that had something interesting to talk about.
Yeah, at least in Murfreesboro, like that's the thing is
Yeah,
like, you know, and now it's like become more like, you know, I'm more like honed in on like, you know, all right, I got to make more use of my time. Not that like I wasn't busy back then too, but like, you know, we were younger, you know, we didn't have kids for sure. You know what I'm saying? But like we
yeah,
were younger. We kind of had more, you know, hell, staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning was nothing back then on a Friday night and then a Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? 2 days in a row. Now I'm lucky to do that now, you know?
yeah. I
Um,
got a bad back.
yeah,
Gotta go lay down,
you got a bad back, bro.
dude.
Yeah, so something to kind of like to point out with that era too is like there was like all right, so this was fall 2019. So we were 23, 23 years old. Think about that like time period in your life too. You're like you're out of high school, you know, 5 years at that point, you know, and you're kind of like you're in that in between. I feel like 22, 23, 24 is that like age where it's kind of like, all right, I need to find something that's going to fill my time or else I can go down some dark paths, you know, do some bad things. And we were doing stuff. We were in the crib. Now COVID definitely helped, so that's a whole nother thing. But we were in the crib, you know what I'm saying, shooting videos, you know, instead of being scumbags with you know, not faithful to our girls, you know what I mean, going out to the bars and shit like that. That's the type of thing I'm saying. So that kind of it was easy. Let me just
I
say.
think you pick up on my face? You're like, we're not being scumbags. I had a pretty scumbag year around that time,
Well, let me
and
just say.
followed up by some rough four.
Well, let me just say. Let me just say it helped. I feel like it helped me at least transition into my late 20s, my old man phase, if that makes sense. I was like,
Oh
okay,
yeah, I definitely had a push to
so
grow up and not, you know, around that time. It was
yeah.
either
So I don't know. You know what I'm saying though. I just it was I feel like it was a constructive use of our time. And I feel like
it was
on
definitely better than going out and, doing
that's
what
yeah.
we could have done.
All right. That's the sentiment. And I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not trying
Yeah.
to, you know what I'm saying. But and I will say that's something that I feel like, you know, this group, you know, Nate, Andrew, these people, Dalton, they always had extracurricular like hobbies outside of like just working and coming home. You know, Dalton would play the drums, you know what I'm saying? There was interest outside of yeah.
I think that's the most that's the thing I miss most about Nate being around
Mm,
is like he was that down to do anything attitude.
yeah.
Like, hey, you hit him up random, you don't know what he's doing, and then just be like, yo, you want to go skate saddle?
Yeah.
And he'd be down for it, like,
Mhm,
yeah. And then
mhm,
after we'd make a video of them dancing, like
yeah.
just stupid shit. But it
Yeah,
was fun and it kept
because
us busy.
that I think that's the word right there. Keeping you busy, keeping us busy was the biggest thing, and just yeah, yeah, man, good. You know, I'm not trying to sit here and like romanticize fucking 5 years ago or nothing because in my opinion, bro, I think our best years are ahead of us. I think that's how you should always look at your life. You know what I'm
We're gonna
saying?
have to
But
call this episode "New Dads." We're just in here talking about the glory days.
yeah, cause I'm you know I'm happy with the trajectory of my life. You know, would I like to be able to make more money and have a better job? 100%. I think everyone should want to strive for that. But like I'm happy. I'm happy with where I am. To you know what I'm saying. But also like that kind of those years, those you know years straight out of high school up until damn near then. Whenever like we ended up uh separating that house is whenever shit started getting real, you know?
Yeah,
Eh,
that was dude, that house.
You know?
But yes, yeah, that's when it did click in. Like, oh shit, like
Yeah. And
yeah,
then And then on just the double whammy, to be honest, was just COVID, bro. Us being together during COVID, like, I swear to God, like, audience listeners, like, you will literally see. I wish I could point out the exact episode that was our first COVID episode, but a lot. I mean, that was all that there was to talk about for like 2 months, you know? And yeah, it was just like crazy because I kind of like almost documented like so how like people's like brain changed during that time too. It's like it's crazy, and it got like
Yeah,
politicized and stuff. Like it's scary. I don't
there
want to
was
get
the
too.
people that. Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, there was definitely like two different sides, and it was the sides like, hey, we got to wear these masks to get better, and the others were like, dude, these masks aren't doing nothing. I'm not wearing them.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
that's
man.
like the simplest way to split up COVID.
Yeah, bro. But anyway, yeah. I mean, there's 15 minutes of that, but it's yeah 2025, man, and with it's just really I really encourage people, and then this is the last thing I'll say. I just encourage people to go out there. And Connor, you said something really good that kind of resonated with me. You're just kind of saying, just by any means possible, just kind of make it happen type thing. Like, I think there's a fine line. I mean, DJ has said this. DJ's this type of person where he wants to, if it's not perfect, he doesn't want to like do it, And I get that. It's like a great mindset to have, but you kind of like, especially starting off, you're gonna like have some boo boos and cuts. If you're an artist, you know, you're not just gonna be future overnight. You gotta like
Yeah.
put out some stuff like you said. What'd you say yesterday? Where you're in 10 view jail for a while.
Yeah.
You're in
Yeah, I
25 view
mean
jail. Like it is what it is, man.
that's the that saying, like, oh, the worst they can say is no. The
Yeah,
worst that can happen with that video is it goes untouched. It goes unviewed.
that's the worst.
Yeah.
And that's not
But
even bad. Like,
yeah, it's not bad because I mean, you're living proof that, I mean, that's just fucking memories you can go back and look
yeah.
at. Like when
And
you hit me with that video, man, I honestly, like, my stomach dropped. I was like, oh, that's out there.
yeah, and that's I really implore, like, for me, let me just put it to you like this. This might kind of not make a lot of sense, but I was like looking at my YouTube page recently. I have more videos than I have subscribers. Like I have a couple hundred subscribers and I have like over 400 something videos. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, and I'm like, I don't feel shame in those my Pokemon card videos that have 8 views, because you just got to do shit for your own and what's fun to you. And if you're in this for just a penny, bro, like it's not gonna work, and you're not gonna be like you're not gonna be having fun, man.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you had fun making it, and those 8 people that watched it had fun watching it.
Yeah, and those 8 people who watched it, especially, and this is what's really cool, is like the people who are viewers of the show, like know me, and you know what I'm saying? They know me, and they've like met me before. You know what I'm saying? So it's really cool. Now, separate of that though, I will say the videos that have really grown the page are the Bonnaroo vlogs. That is like totally, that's something that the algorithm has caught, and just I get comments every week. It's fucking crazy. But
Yeah, those are getting pushed
yeah, that's a
because,
whole
people
nother.
I
Yeah,
bet honestly, I bet those videos, if you look back at the analytics, I bet they jump up around the time that tickets go on sale
100%. That's
because
crazy.
people are like, "What's this all about?"
Yep, that is crazy. You say that because it's 100% true. 100 fucking % true. Anyway, so all right, you want to talk a little bit about like your kind of little your little group, your little online posse you got going right now? Like, you want to shout out any guys, any content guys, any music
I'll shout
fellas?
out
Yeah.
Toasty. I'll
Okay.
shout out Toasty. Toasty, I met Toasty, and I actually told him because he uses this funky setup to where he has this app on his phone and he uses it for a camera.
Hmm. Hmm.
I told him that I want to get him on here, but he needs to just, I mean, even if he goes and buys it and like returns it, because he's so adamant about not needing one because he
Oh,
has that app.
so
Like, it's
he
not
doesn't
like,
want to
I
buy a
don't,
webcam.
yeah, he doesn't want to buy a webcam because he's got this app and it works, but sometimes it hits a little technical difficulties. But regardless of that, you heard him. I think he's a
Yeah. Uh oh.
I think he's a
Hold on,
really good at editing videos. Oh,
you
sorry.
cut out. There you go. There you go. Okay.
The back.
Yeah, you're back. I don't know. It was a little fuzzy on your end. I don't know. You said he's really good at editing videos. Was the last thing I
Is that
heard.
better? I turned
Yeah.
my desk fan off.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, so yeah, he's really good at editing videos, but like DJ, taking your word for it, I don't
Hmm.
really know DJ like to be like that,
Hmm.
but like DJ, the man's very meticulous in editing. I don't know if that's the
Hmm.
same, but I mean, like, I watched him edit for 30 minutes and he only had 2 minutes of the video edited
Oh my
because
god.
he
Yeah.
doesn't want any dead noise.
Yeah.
So he would, like, just, I mean, milliseconds, he's
Right.
clipping it and taking it out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you can't stress about this. At least, like, let's get it down to what we want and then you can go through and start chopping it up. But
Yeah.
he's taking a 3 hour video and doing
Mm,
it second by second. So
that's
that's one thing that he could work on. But other than that, man, he's top tier. He's
so he like is doing like gaming content too.
no,
No.
we thought about it,
Mm.
but honestly, we posted that one short of us prank calling
Yeah.
prostitutes.
Yeah. 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 Okay.
And
So y'all.
that's when
Okay.
we were like, this is what we actually need to do. Like, because people were commenting like here before the fame and stuff.
That's
And I was
crazy.
like, that's a good sign.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So I was like, let's just keep doing that. I was like, I'm not short of, like, stuff I can say to these women.
Hmm.
And they always, dude, there's one chocolate, but that's another story. Uh,
So
but yeah, so we
are you
did that. We actually met on 5M.
okay?
So we met in a GTA server and bonded over trolling. So like I was real big in this one server. For some reason there was potatoes. Like you could just have random wild potatoes in GTA. And I had acquired a bunch of them, so I'd go around and like slip them in people's pockets and stuff. And
Potatoes.
or I would put them on the ground, and when you put something on the ground in GTA, it becomes like a little bag. And I'm like, yo, who left all this money over here in this bag?
It's just
And dude,
potatoes.
people would just flock, and all you would hear was like, man, this is potatoes. Ain't nothing but potatoes in here. And like we bonded over, doing stuff like that. And then just from there, we were like, dude, we gotta start recording
Okay.
this.
Okay.
I made it in a Stacks Wapo video.
Yeah. 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 I remember you calling me. You were like, bro.
Dude, that was crazy. I fought him. He whooped the shit out of me, but I did fight him.
Man, there. I don't want to get too deep into it, but I think GTA 6 is going to. I mean, GTA 5, I think, is not even really much of an argument, but is like the greatest video game of all time. Is that like fair to say to you?
Had a dude. I mean, what game has had a run like
I
that?
mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, just the sheer fact that this has been going on since we were in high school. Like, think about that. It survived came out in the Xbox 360. It survived the whole lifespan of the Xbox One, and then you can buy it on the Xbox X Series X.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it made it to new gen.
Yeah,
Like,
and you can buy it on like PCs and shit. It's fucking wild.
and,
So,
and
so are you guys like streaming this stuff? Or are you guys just like kind of recording on
no, I
OBS?
do. I
Okay,
record. He
okay,
records on OBS.
dude.
Dude, I actually dropped OBS and started using SteelSeries because
Oh,
it can instead of having to go back and like find where I was at,
yeah, yeah.
like what was the funny parts, I can alt space and it will record the last 10
Ah,
minutes.
yeah. Parker has a setting on my. I think Nvidia has a thing you can do that.
NVIDIA's a good one.
Yeah.
It's too much for me.
Well, he has. There's a command on here. I always fucking forget it, but there's a command on here that I can. It'll like record the last like 5 minutes or whatever. So that's really interesting, and I think this is a. If you can talk to me a little bit about like streaming versus just recording your shit and trying to clip farm through that way. Does that make sense? Because I
Yeah,
feel like it's hard to stream
stream
to 0 people. You know what I mean?
it is hard to stream to 0 people, and I've been there. This is not I'm not
Yeah,
speaking out of, guessing. This
for
is
sure.
experience. You have to keep this, like, it feels like you got to keep this energy just in case someone does pop in,
Yeah.
because you don't want to pop it. You don't want them to pop in and you're just
And it's like, what the
like
hell?
staring at
Yeah,
the
fuck
game, like,
this.
and not doing any kind of, commentary or screaming at other people. Like,
Mhm.
it's got to be high energy. And I personally like just recording my gameplay way better, because when people like, what I've noticed is when I like warn people like, yo, I'm about to start recording, like when we're trying out a new game,
Mhm.
it makes them act different.
Mm.
Or when I say I'm about to start streaming, it makes them act different. They get tense. But when I say I'm
Ah.
about to start recording, they turn up more
Oh,
because they know
really?
it's being recorded. Yeah, dude,
Huh.
it's like a total opposite, because they know they're live, and if they can't, they try to watch themselves, it can't be edited. But once I say like, yo, I'm just recording this,
Yeah.
it gets funnier.
What?
They're throwing more
Dude,
jokes. It's
that's interesting, bro. I'd never cuz like in this world, like the podcast world, honestly, man, people get it could be because it's more long form stuff, but people get some I mean, especially in the beginning, I don't really fuck with like random I don't want to say that, but I don't really just have anybody and everybody on anymore like we did back in the day. And some I'll just say in the beginning, sometimes there's like a couple people in my head, they got real tense, cuz first time ever on camera. But with your in your world though, in that setting, you're volunteer like you know what you're signing up for with that. You're like, "Hey, we're just
yeah.
playing games," and it's really just a voice, I guess. Instead of like face cams and shit, right? Like it would just be
It
your
well,
face
so
cam.
I've recorded with my face cam on, but it's
Mhm.
literally just me playing the game, not
Yeah.
going live.
Okay, okay.
Um, but most of the time, I usually do away with the face cam because
Mhm.
I'm geeking at all the funny stuff that people are saying, because they know I'm recording
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's
and that
really
it might be posted. It like ups. I mean, the closest thing that I could compare it to is like, you know how like when kids are little and they get a camera put on them, they
mhm.
turn all cutesy.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to, like, do it up for the camera.
Right, right.
That's what it is. Like they know that they're being recorded, and something funny that would have just be, plain funny on the game, it gets amped up because they're like,
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I just
Huh.
noticed it. Like, people get real silent when you say you're going live, because they don't want to get you in trouble. They
Right.
don't want to say the wrong thing. They don't know if you're, family friendly.
Yeah.
They start cussing, stuff like that, man.
Honestly, man, I'm not saying like streaming is dead, but like it's like a club you gotta be a part of to have any sort of success. Like you gotta get in. Like, how do I put this? Like, I mean, you kind of get it, but like it's just so hard to get a following to have people there and now when you're going live right now. You know what I'm saying? With like this type of stuff, the pre-recording stuff, they can watch it at any moment in time. And you can get 1,000 views on a video that you post. It's really hard to get 1,000 viewers all at one time if you don't have like a
Yeah,
following.
if your last name's not Sinet or Ross.
Yeah. So yeah, because so now it's just kind of interesting now because there's a many different ways to like insert yourself into like the algorithm, whether it be YouTube or YouTube Shorts or TikTok, Instagram Reels, I guess. What have you guys like posted much, or does Toasty post much?
I mean, that goes back to that
Okay.
meticulous
Okay,
editing.
okay, for sure.
He got to edit that short, put that short out,
Okay.
and then, granted, I will give him this. So I told him, like, I was kind of on him about it because I was hyped up about it. It was a good
Yeah.
video.
Right, right.
I really thought that video would do numbers, and still think it could. But he actually started going to school for HVAC, and I laid off of him, and I was like, nah, dude, just focus on school. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
we're not gonna get YouTube famous. Don't worry about it. Like, definitely focus on the for sure money.
100%.
And he did that, but now his little, because he's younger than me, so now his
Mhm.
little ass is out of school,
Okay.
and
Yeah, get on his ass.
he's flaunting that HVAC money around. So I'm starting to get back on him.
Okay, okay. Huh, that's interesting, man. And again, a cool little hobby to have just outside of just the grind of just wake up, work, come home, eat dinner, pass out. Like, something to do, something to look forward to, a little bit of joy outside of
Yeah, and it's also
yeah.
something to do, when there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
Because, you remember, it has since been deleted because there was audio issues on it after second review. But that one time I was just like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna start doing 1090 Jake stuff.
Mm.
And I reacted to that true crime video, that girl
Mm-hmm.
freaking out on the plane.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, I was like, yeah, this is what I'm doing now. And I made one video, but it got
Bro,
me through
you
that
could get
fourth
back in.
patch.
You could get back into that, bro. Honestly, because you remember. All right, let me put it. Let me refresh your memory on this. You remember when we got into the true crime stuff, and we
Yeah.
did like, bro. I'm just saying, man. That's an angle. Like, like
That's something I can talk about for hours
that's what I'm
too. As
saying,
far
bro.
as like,
You don't even got to
dude,
put,
you get me on some John Benet Ramsey, I'll talk your ear off for
bro.
days.
Dude, I'm just saying, man. You don't even got to call it a podcast or nothing, man. Just do what you're doing right now. And just be like, man, look, you know, I think the brother did it, man. Like, it's,
I do think the brother did it. It's
he
crazy
had
that you
to.
said that, dude.
That was
John definitely did, or not? Was it
uh
John? Was his
uh
name?
no, it was
No, it
like
was weird.
something weird. Yeah. It's like Beckett or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, it did start with a B, but
Braylon.
whatever.
It was like
Yeah,
some
it was
weird
weird.
name. Um,
But yeah, I think he got mad because she was in his favorite snack, so he went upside her head with a baseball bat, and then her parents didn't want to lose two kids, so they covered it up with some kind of Mexican strangulation
yeah.
tool and a very crazy worded letter.
Yeah, that was like the mom's handwriting and shit. Ugh. Dude, actually, I just thought about this. One of my favorite. So sometimes, we'll be having some adult beverages at the crib, and I'll go through like these little YouTube patches, like with a couple of the homies, like how I did a couple weeks ago. And I'll just like I'll just press a podcast, skip like 15 minutes in or whatever. And sometimes I'll be like, oh, okay, this was not great. But sometimes, every once in a while, I'll click an episode and I'm like locked in, like
Like we made a banger.
like not yes, like not like like man, I look good in
That's
this
not
one.
narcissistic, dude. That's okay. Like
But
that's what
and it's
you
mostly
know.
it's mostly because of the other person, to be fully transparent. But one of my favorite ones to this day was the one me, you, and D-Rob did, where we did the true crime thing. That's a
Bro,
really,
D-Rob, dude, that's gonna make D-Rob's year when I tell
bro.
him
That
that.
is if I was to put it like, I don't know, a top 10 list, it would be in a list. You know what I mean?
Really,
Of
he would make
100%. Yeah, bro. That
okay.
that was a good one. Like, for real. Because we got into it about like Ted Bundy a little bit. We did like Richard Ramirez. Like, I was like, man, this is good. And I made a couple clips out of it too.
You know he's trying to go on KT.
What is that?
Oh, Kill Tony, my fault.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's trying to go on Kill Tony because
I didn't.
they're coming to Bridgestone.
I did not know he's a comedian.
Bro, you want to hear something funny? And I
I,
still have this
I'm
on my
not saying I don't
computer.
think he's funny, but
No, he's actually he's funny, but he's very shy. He's a shy man.
yeah, I know.
That's what
Trust
it
me,
is.
I know. I saw Shy D-Rob, and then eventually he started to work his way out of that.
Yeah, he's warming up. But so we both drive for work,
Okay.
long hours. So we were just on a phone call one day, and he was like, man, he was like, Kill Tony got brought up, and I was like, you think you could do that? I was like, dude, that'd be nerve wracking, like not knowing when you're gonna get pulled. And then you go up there and you have to do a minute in front of a
Yeah,
whole
a
crowd that you've just
minute.
been sitting in, and a
A
minute is
minute.
a long time,
Well,
dude.
it's a long
You
time,
want to
but
sit in silence for 1 minute and see how awkward
yeah,
it gets?
well, I'm just talking about. I was thinking about the fact that you got to impress them in a minute, But
Yeah,
go
you
ahead, go
gotta.
ahead.
Well, that's another thing. You gotta
Hmm.
go out to a crowd that doesn't know who you are and win them over in 60 seconds.
Right.
So I was like, "How about you?" And this is just me being a troll and knowing that it was gonna go bad, but it was gonna be a funny. It is funny. I have it on this computer. So I was like, "Man, why don't you come over?" Because he'd been wanting to come over. I was like, "We'll smoke, and I'll put you on Omi." I'll put you on Omi, and you can run some of these jokes by random
Is
people.
that like
It's
Omegle
like
type
Omegle.
thing? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Bro, we get on there, and it is he's like, I'm like, hey, like, you know, I would do the introduction like, hey, this is my friend. He wants to be a comedian. Do you care if he runs some jokes by you? And I wouldn't do it to like, you know, if like you popped up on the screen,
Mhm.
I probably would have done it. But if it
Yeah.
was like
Just some.
certain people, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
like a group of dudes, like we did it to a group of dudes, and he was like, after it was funny because he bombed on the joke. Like the dudes just sat there and kind of
Hmm.
like what? Like they didn't get it. And then one dude stood up and like just pulled his butt out, and I hit next, and he was like, "What the heck, man? My joke was so bad, he pulled his ass out."
See? That's funny.
Dude, the video is hilarious, but it's just him falling to pieces.
Oh,
I got
man.
him real high and then told him to go.
Man, I'll tell you what, man, that's it. That's an interesting spin. You remember Zapay by any chance? Michael
I remember
Zapay?
the name.
So he we went to high school together. He was on one of the pods at the house. It was with like Leroy and then another fella. But Zip does music and stuff. But it's funny. Um, he lives in Florida now, and he's been doing comedy at this comedy club and just posting on his Instagram story all the time, like every night. I'm like, okay, that's
Nice. Where does he
he lives in
do it at?
he lives in it's Clearwater Comedy Club, Clearwater, Florida, I guess. Yeah,
Hmm.
Florida. Yeah, that's something
Never heard of it,
I
but
would never be
that's
able to
dope.
do. I don't have
You don't think so?
comedy. No, bro. I like to
Oh,
think
you're
I'm.
pretty funny.
I like to think. Look, I'll say this. I like to think I'm a pretty good conversationalist. You know, fuck no. Telling jokes? No. Absolutely not.
But so and then I called him when I saw it on Kill Tony's Instagram. I was like, dude, they're coming to Bridgestone. Are you gonna do it? And it immediately sent him into a frenzy.
Like
And
a
he was like,
panic.
yeah, he was like, I don't know, man. Should I? I'm like, I
Hey,
mean, you might get pulled.
it's a
Like
tricky.
this could be it.
Man,
And then he was actually down for it. Like, I think it's coming up next month.
that's a tricky game,
I
bro. Cause
I
like,
will. It's like a $70 ticket. I'll pay for his ticket, his girl's ticket. I don't care as long as he signs up
what if
and
that?
goes up.
What if he does it and then it just happens? It just clicks.
Bro,
Like,
if yeah, like he's up
yeah,
there natural. That's what I'm
yeah.
hoping will happen. But if he gets called and he doesn't go up there, I will for real stand up and be like, he is here. He's backing out.
This guy's fucking hilarious.
I would shame him. I would be like, he's here. He's not taking the chance. Shame him. Boo this man.
Dude, you know what, man? Murfreesboro needs a comedy club. That'd be interesting.
You think it would?
Think about it. All right, so Murfreesboro. I mean, again, this is kind of a hyper local segment. Me and DJ had one of these where we were talking about there, side tangent. I'll make it real quick. We were talking about there was apparently going to be a minor league baseball team in Murfreesboro, and they were going to put it in Cannonsburg. Yeah, I don't even know, but you're gonna tear down a bunch of. But we were just talking about. I was like, only people from here.
Cannonsburg, that place that with all the cabins.
Yeah,
Okay,
bro. Like you're just gonna
they've already started tearing that down.
but you're gonna tear. I don't know. That's like crazy. Fun
I don't think
fact.
that's enough space.
And that too. A baseball field. There's gonna be balls flying everywhere. Pause.
It's on broad.
Pause. But yeah. Side tangent to the side tangent. Fun fact. Did you know in Cannonsburg, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, it is home of the world's largest cedar bucket?
Really?
Yeah.
Hey,
And you
shout out.
you can see it. It's just a huge cedar bucket. Anyway, but
Things we did.
that. We're known for a tornado, fucking a bucket, corrupt
Avenue.
corrupt probation offices.
The Avenue's the only good
the
thing to come
Avenue.
out of this list.
So, all right, yeah,
except
cool.
that
So,
bucket.
that's all right. So Murfreesboro is growing toward, like our side of town, I would say. And, we have more restaurants than you could ever fucking imagine, but think about what would attract more people out here is like, I mean, it would be neat if there was like a concert venue. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like you can get fucking The Weekend at, in Murfreesboro, but like There used to
You
be
might. Hey,
hell.
honestly, now that you start saying it, dude, a comedy club wouldn't be a horrible idea
So
because
yeah.
you can just throw that on your tour. It's literally 30 minutes away, a new comedy club
Yeah, I
and a
mean,
new crowd.
just think about like, all right, for example, right now, what's like hot and popping right now is like those fucking golf simulators. You know what I mean? Where you hit the fucking golf ball on the screen
We
and
got one of those, right?
yeah, there's two. So there's the TN Golf Station, like by MJ's, and then there's that Happy's place where, like on the square where the old Whiskey Dicks was. I think that's where it is. But like, think about that. Like, I don't even know, but not that like I'm just some fucking night owl on the town, but like, it'd be kind of neat if like, say like, all right, there was an occasion or I wanted to do something, you want to do something with your lady, instead of being like, let's go to Nashville, and go see a concert. Instead of that, maybe, oh, hey, let's go to 10 minutes down the road and go see a band, or go
Yeah.
go to open mic night.
Do you think the what's the name of that spot that DJ held that show at?
Ridenauer Studios, yeah.
Do you think that was ever popping? Maybe before our time?
Dude, no, I don't.
Oh,
So I've
damn.
kind of I've had a lot of because I don't really understand. I don't even they're owned by different people now too. It's like got new ownership. I don't even know what the hell is going on there anymore. But Evan Dupree, he did a show there like a few months after that, killed that shit. Like there was 60 people there. It was crazy. Like the room was full to the fucking brim.
Does that man have a label behind him?
He works for a studio. I know that for sure. He lives in Atlanta. That's his job. you know, Very successful man. Shout out to him. So that's
It
another
just, I mean, it's crazy to think
yeah,
that he would have that place jumping of all
jumping. And,
places.
and it
So
was so he was coming out with an album. Shout out to him. He called me and was like, "Yo, I want to come on your show and announce my album when I'm back in town on your show." I was like, whoa, what the fuck? And he was doing this show too. So that was a huge look. That got me that opened some doors for me for sure. Um, but yeah,
he's he's been popping since high school,
oh,
man.
I know. He had that. Remember that? I don't know. He had a song in high school for like the fucking football stadium. It was crazy. Like
Yeah.
everyone knew who he was, and the fact, yeah, it's crazy. And I had a class with him in college. Funny story. So you remember when he lived with Dalton, right?
Ooh, a little bit,
At
kind
the
of vaguely.
at the Diana house.
Yeah, yeah.
So this was my last. Actually, funny enough, my last semester of college. Um, I had a class with Evan, and me just I was in the mix, trying to get in the mix, meet people. At this point in time, I was doing music with Parker and Devin and stuff, and I just walked up to him. I was like, "Hey man, I know you don't know who I am, but you live with my friend Dalton. Like, I just gotta say what's up, man. Try and like follow me back. Let me get your number and stuff." And we were cool ever since then. And then started the pod, and yeah, he opened a lot of doors for me. But
Did you
anyways,
ever go? Did you go over there like
yeah,
that day?
I hung out with them, me, Evan, and Dalton a couple times. Yeah, just kicked it with them a few times. Partook in some
What's
things.
crazy is like, I mean, I say like, man, that guy was popping in high school. He has no idea who I am.
He didn't know who I was until then either.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
So
saying that's how popping he was.
yeah,
I saw him in like the band parking lot at the
yeah,
beginning of school, like every morning, but
hmm
and then it was just like a myth.
yeah. Yeah, it was huge. I mean, that episode did a lot for me.
It
Uh,
was like our own local Blueface.
yeah, man. Oh man. So
Just
let's.
showing up to high school and hosting a concert on your Mercedes Benz.
Oh man. Let's chat a little bit about kind of on the same topic. I just kind of want to just preface it or just kind of touch on it. We might not get too far into it because there's not too much to it, but I do kind of want to just chat about DJ's show a little bit. He's shooting for August, so it's quite a while, quite ahead, because you don't want to just be like, all right, we're gonna do it in in May. All right, and then just turn around and not be prepared. But
You mind running me
mhm.
through this again
Yeah,
as much
hundred
as you can
percent,
on here?
100%. So there's really not too again. There's not too much like set in stone, except the fact that he wants to do it in August, just to give him some time. You know, it'll be warm enough. It's an outside venue. Um, uh, th- uh, this is something I want to be kind of careful with. Not like I'm like giving away secrets or nothing, but like
Yeah, that's what
well, there's nothing really like. Let me just say this. I just don't want to keep saying stuff just to say it because like there's not like too much to it yet. A lot of it
oh,
hasn't.
like not a lot of it's set in stone,
Yeah,
so you
not a
don't
lot
want to
is.
speak on something that might not like it fall through something.
Sure. You know, just for that sake. But DJ's gonna hope be hosting a show. You know, his family's gonna be helping him out. It's an outside venue. His uncle like owns the land. There's a stage out there where you know he's gonna try and have multiple like different kinds of artists. Hopefully vendors. You know, people perfect world we have like you know food vendors. He has some you know people selling trinkets and whatnot, you know what I mean? Like who knows, you know, like in a perfect world all that type of stuff happens. And it'll be a really cool thing when it happens, just to kind of like get people to come, you know, be outside, get everyone together too, you know what I'm saying, instead of just sitting in each other's living rooms. Like something we can all do together, which will be interesting and fun, I feel like. Yeah, I mean that's really it right now. I don't want to just say the people that I think will be there. I'll be there. I'll be doing, you know, I told him I was like, "Look, man, I'll do whatever I can. I'll rap for a little bit, perform for a few songs, but he's going to want to try and make a blend of like different local artists." So, yeah.
This might be a rumor, but I did hear that Kendrick's gonna perform Not Like Us,
It's a
and
rumor. I didn't want that's why I didn't want to touch on it. So,
it's a toss up at this
it's
point.
a
Like
talk.
they're like they're contact, but they I
Yeah,
get it.
I think he has a
I was
schedule.
pretty stoked on that.
Yeah, well hopefully his flight his touring dates don't mush each other. But yeah, I mean you let the
Yeah,
cat
because
out
he
of the
already
bag.
messed up DJ's dates because they chose him for the Super Bowl, so he had to push it back a little bit.
100%, 100%. So
Dude,
yeah,
shout out DJ for all this logistics.
Oh man, but yeah, this kind of goes back to what I was saying at the beginning about how you know I know people are in different places in different phases of life and stuff, but like you know it's kind of cool that we still kind of have people who are still kind of interested in this type of stuff, you know, and supporting people's hobbies and whatnot. So yeah, I told you I was gonna bring the camera thing back up. I'm gonna make you bring your camera back out, and you're gonna have to take some photos. So
I'll have to
you
find.
gotta. I know. I'm
I
just.
have to find the SD card for that thing.
Yeah. I'm just
This
I'm just messing with you, but like you know, I just you know, all we just got to put our heads together, and not even just like this is just a activity. You know, it's a fun thing that I think we can all do, and you know, a night out in you know for a few hours, and hopefully in the future it can be like a recurring thing.
sounds like a good time. I hope he gets it done.
Hmm.
Hope to see Kendrick there, dude. Really stoked on that.
Yeah.
Kendrick with
So
no.
we so you went to Parker's crawfish boil, Parker's dad's, right? Crawfish
Yeah,
boil that one year.
yeah.
All right.
This one.
So did you see the Andy's band performing? His dad's band.
When did they perform? Was it early?
I wasn't there the one you went to, but or maybe
Oh,
I was. I don't
yeah, you
remember.
were. Yeah, you
I
were.
didn't go last year. That's what it
I have a
was.
video of you.
Yeah, I actually have a vlog from that entire night. Man, I need to get on that shit.
Dude, I was so drunk and I have this video on my phone of me just holding this man captive.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't pick him out of a lineup if I wanted to. Don't know his name. If you're watching this, I'm sorry, dog. But
Well,
that video, I was slurring and I had him out. He was my time slave for sure.
let me so I talked to DJ about this a few weeks ago, but so let me ask you this. So I have anywhere from like 5, like I have like 5 or so, like I have several unedited vlogs, right? In my phone, like, nights where I'm recording and I just like never get to editing. What do you think about that type of content right there? Stuff that's like a couple years old, should I just put them out like it's nothing, or like are they kind of shelved, if that makes sense? Like are they kind of expired? What
I
would you
know
do?
for a fact I want the Christmas vlog to be shelved. I want that vaulted up pretty good.
Okay.
But all
It's
the
actually
other
not
ones,
that bad. I
it's
went
not.
no,
I
it's not
refuse.
it's not that it's not that uh ridiculous.
I don't
But
believe you, dude. I was screaming
that's one of them.
Beyonce
That's one of them
in the
though.
top of my lungs outside of Waffle House.
But like
Like,
yeah,
dude.
cuz this is stuff that I do want to at least have access. So let me I want to have this at least accessible to where I can like show people, if that makes sense. Like show like, yo, you remember this Halloween party or whatever? Like
Oh, definitely don't ever delete it.
yeah,
Don't ever
so
delete it.
that's kind of yeah. I don't know. I mean,
But
I'm not, but yeah,
um, I don't. I mean, the other ones you got, dude. Like, I mean, the motto from the start. Like, if you don't post it, you'll never know.
yeah. I mean, it's not even like I'm trying to like go viral. It's just I don't know, because like for
If
example, like
it, but you're asking if it'd be good
yeah,
content
yeah,
or good to
kind
bring back out.
right.
Yeah,
Like it's kind of like vaulted, like unreleased
to do like a random throwback Thursday on your YouTube.
type like yeah. So that's so I know for sure I have the crawfish boil. I have the Christmas vlog. I think I have one from a like a one of Psalms's Halloween parties. Like there's like a couple like those like kind of random nights too, and I just yeah. I mean, again, it's not like I'm just like, all right,
The Halloween party, the Pisces or what is it? The
fucking Libra shit. The
Libra link up, dude. That would be a good one because it's a bunch of dude. It's us drunk in a barn.
no, not from.
Ah!
Oh shit. Oh my god. Holy shit. That spooked me. Oh my god.
Dude,
What
these
the?
are noise
Yeah,
cancellation. So I didn't.
mine are too. Yeah.
When
Holy
he just
shit.
came in to tell me good night.
Good night. At
I'm not living
6:45.
right.
Man, shout out to him.
Well, he
Um,
goes down at 7. He's about to get in the bath.
good for him. No, it's not. It wasn't from the barn that night. No, it wasn't from then. It was from that. I don't know if you remember that one night where shit went south for us. Do you remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah, I do.
Were you there?
Yeah,
Okay, that shit was
I
ridiculous.
Psalm's brother did not know who I was, and I had an object shown to me,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Hey, brother, man, I know him. I was invited. I got text. I was invited."
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, "Guys, please, I don't know where he's at. But I was trying to find Psalms."
Ridiculous.
But yeah, I do remember how that went back bad for us. I know every part that transpired.
Oh, but yeah, I. So yeah, man. Do you what you been on recently? We're at 50 minutes. We'll talk for this last couple minutes. What's been intriguing you, man? I mean, what's been on your mind recently? And if anything, if not, it's cool. It's still been nice to get you back in here because I don't know the last one you did.
Uh,
Been a minute. I'm trying to
right
think.
now I'm big into PT, trying to get my back
Oh yeah.
better,
Mm-hmm.
and guns because my back's bad right now. I can't fight, so I just gotta keep that thing on
Do
me.
you have a nice little collection?
I got a sweet loadout right now. I
Yeah.
can show you later.
Hell yeah.
But I got a 1911 for Christmas, and I've been
Hmm.
upgrading that thing. I got this dope sight on it. You'll see it. It looks straight
Oh
out
yeah.
of Call of Duty.
Fuck yeah.
Uh, uh. So those two things, and obviously, being a dad,
Mm-hmm. That takes up a lot of
and
time,
that's
to say the least.
that's a big one. Occasionally, like we've talked about my gameplay a lot, but
Mhm.
I'm not on it as frequent as I was before I got into PT because I feel like this chair,
Mm.
like it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of deal. Like I can't spend a bunch of time in this chair because my back. But
you need to get one of
before
those
then,
those like $3,000 chairs. Have you seen those?
I've looked at them
Yeah.
because I really do like. I enjoy playing the game,
Yeah.
and I've tried the nursing chair from the nursery,
Mm.
which is a recliner, and after a while, it's still I don't know. It's like I just got to do PT, but no, as soon as like all this mess gets sorted out, because I've been dealing with it for like a year,
Right.
and I
Yeah.
finally went and got that epidural.
Mhm.
Did I tell you about that?
Yeah, yeah, last time you came
Yeah.
over
Okay.
here. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, man.
I tell like so many people about that shot because it was so bad. So
Yeah.
I don't know who I've told or not. I felt
Yeah,
like I
man.
got tased.
Yeah, that's intense, man. I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, health is fucking wealth, man. You got to be healthy for baby O. Gotta be.
Yeah.
You
You
know.
don't stop, man. That
Yeah.
that man is a Tasmanian devil.
Oh, yeah, but yeah, man, I just, thanks for hopping on here, man. We'll
Thanks for having me again.
yeah, bro, for sure. I just kind of, I'm like we were talking about yesterday on the phone, man. It's just kind of getting those kind of getting the ball rolling again, trying to get those, juices flowing again and like getting more, you know, I'll hit you up
Man,
with
you tell me
some
my camera's messed up. It's
uh
getting darker. This blur is
yeah,
messing
just
stuff up
now
now.
we'll hop off here in a little bit, here in a couple, like a minute or so. But yeah, man, that's about all I got, bro. I'll hit you up in the future, man, when I got some ideas and stuff. We'll do like yeah, that was a cool some cool shit that we did. Is like you remember when we did the book and we watched the movie of Mice and Men,
Yeah.
like some stuff like
Yeah.
that, man. I mean, that's definitely it's
Weird that you bring that up because I was just talking about the other day.
yeah.
Uh I was telling somebody because they made a of Mice and Men reference, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I read that book
Yep.
to Lauren, and then we watched the movie."
Yeah, man.
Because the book, if if you're listening to this and you don't know, the book literally is word for the script,
Yeah.
and that's like the only book and movie I know that does that.
Yeah, like it doesn't deviate like at all.
Yeah, at all. Like it's literally like they just use the book as a script.
Hmm. But yeah, so those like topical ideas are like it's really easy to come on here and just chat, and I don't really care if people think it's boring or whatever, but like, it's fun cuz DJ and Parker and I have been like we'll do like we did a top intro songs segment, you know what I'm saying? And then like that type of stuff is cool just for it just gives you more of it gives you more of a direction, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, now that we got
So,
this, memory lane episode out of the
yeah,
way, we can
100%.
hit up some topics next time.
100%,
But
man.
it has been a minute.
Yeah,
I don't know the last time I've been on. I mean, the last time I've been on a camera with you was, I believe, reacting to the Lil Uzi
Oh,
Vert album.
no, the Tizo album. You came over here for the
It was
Tizo album.
it was Tizo.
Remember
I
when
know it was Tizo,
I
and
did,
then I think Post Malone dropped one, and we listened to like a couple at the end of it.
yeah,
I
maybe.
thought we listened to some Vert though. I
I
don't know.
know maybe that, but I remember because it's on my page still the stream because I was trying to live stream for a while when we first moved in here. But yeah, man, that's it.